Hello, this is Audrey Brigitta, currently making this video for my critical analysis of pop culture course. So in this video, I'll be talking about the female relationships depicted in two hit shows of our generation, Bridgerton and Euphoria. Before going into detail about how both shows present female friendships, let's briefly look into the general idea of this topic. The relationship between women have always been depicted in media as toxic, shallow, or superficial, often painting them as one infested with jealousy and competitiveness. An example of this is the perceived animosity between Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears during their prime. Another good example is the movie Mean Girls, where Katie, the main character, is constantly on edge having to watch her back just in case the plastics stab her in the back despite them claiming to be her friends. This is where we get into the two shows I mentioned in the beginning. The way Bridgerton and Euphoria portray female relationships differ from each other, albeit with a few similarities sprinkled in here and there. In Bridgerton, female characters are often shown in competition with each other for marriage and social status. The society in which the characters live in is highly stratified. Women are expected to uphold strict codes of conduct and behavior in order to secure a good match. As a result, many female characters view each other with suspicion and jealousy, and they engage in gossip and backbiting. We see this through the interactions between Daphne Bridgerton and Cressida Cowper. They see each other as rivals in the marriage market, as they are both highly sought after by suitors. However, this rivalry does not stop at friendly competition, seeing as Cressida was willing to ruin Daphne's reputation by threatening to spread her witness of Daphne and Simon's relationship in the garden, which would have forever sullied the Bridgerton name. In contrast, Euphoria presents a more nuanced and complex depiction of female relationships. While the show also features instances of competition and tension between female characters, with Season 2's star conflict being Cassie's relationship with Nate, who is her best friend Maddie's ex, there are also examples of close friendships and mutual support, such as Maddie and Jules or Maddie and Rue. And the show actually somewhat subverts the trope by agreeing and disagreeing with the trope through Cassie and Maddie's friendship. Instead of portraying the friendship between Maddie and Cassie as toxic, the show opted to portray only Cassie as the toxic friend. Doing this shifts the negativity from women in general to just one person, which in this case is Cassie, who was unfaithful to her best friend, while Maddie is portrayed as the devoted and the one who treasured their friendship. It is also important and interesting to note that you can see a definitive cause for this toxic behavior, which is male attention. The Bridgerton women live in an era where society expects them to marry no matter what, thus fostering an environment where women have to fight for the best partner in marriage. The same goes for the Euphoria girls. Cassie ruined her friendship with Maddie because she was vulnerable after a breakup, and she craved love from whoever was available, which just so happened to be Nate, her best friend's ex. Female relationships. They're often depicted as toxic and superficial, full of betrayal and backstabbing. And it's obvious that there seems to be some sort of misogynistic foundation in which this trope stands on. Perhaps something about the significance of male attention in these friendships? And we see this through how the television series Bridgerton and Euphoria show the relationship between their female characters. Bridgerton is riddled with women competing with each other, driven by expectations for them to marry rich, as seen from the sour rivalry between two prominent characters, Daphne Bridgerton and Cressida Cowper. While Euphoria presents to us a twist to the usual toxic female friendship trope, by acknowledging that, of course, women are capable of deceit, but they're also capable of developing genuine platonic love for one another. Personally, as a self-proclaimed girl's girl and someone who has experienced genuine loving sisterhood, I do not like how women are often pitted against each other, especially over men. Yes, women are often enablers of misogyny. That is true. But with how prevalent this trope is, it's starting to become some sort of generalization regarding all women. So I believe it would do us better if modern media actually tried to illustrate a variety of women. It doesn't have to be all good. It just has to be a variety. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for your attention.